Am I doing anything wrong?
Well, you're filming private cars, not...
No, I'm filming public property.
No, you're filming cars.
I'm filming... No, that's what you're presuming.
Well,
I can film whatever I can see in public.
I've just been told you're filming private cars.
You're right. Afternoon, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Could you identify yourself as well for me, please?
Why?
Well, you've come in and you've approached me.
Yeah.
So it's in your policy to actually identify. Okay, and failure to identify will result in retraining. Okay, so I'm asking you properly to identify yourself, please, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. So why are you sitting here?
No, if you can identify yourself first, and then we will carry on with a conversation.
I think there's times where I have to identify myself.
Yeah, you do.
And there's times
yes, you do. Yes, you do.
What are you recording here? So you're basically coming down here just to try and provoke some sort of confrontation? Is that just...
No, I'm filming public property. That's what you're presuming, okay? Don't make a presumption on what I'm doing.
What is your reason?
Okay, well, first of all, identify yourself properly.
I can see it from Croydon Police Station.
Okay, and your shoulder number, please.
It's on my shoulder, you can see it.
No, not everyone can read numbers. That's why I'm asking you to say it.
Do you need help with that?
Well, why do you think I'm asking you to say it? No, I'm asking you to say it, please, sir.
That's it.
Okay, so people that can't read numbers, that's all what you do.
Well, anyway...
Okay, that's why I'm asking you if you can actually say what your actual shoulder number is, please.
I can do anything, sir.
But you won't do that.
Don't need to.
Okay, so you don't need to.
No,
okay?
You don't need
You're quite arrogant, really, aren't you?
Claude is calmly recording outside a police station while standing on public property. Two officers approach and ask for his personal details, citing Section 50 but without giving any clear grounds for using it. Claude remains composed, politely declining to provide ID and explaining he is exercising his rights. He continues filming without creating a disturbance. The moment captures a citizen setting firm boundaries and officers responding in a controlled, measured manner. A clear, straightforward exchange.
Why are you...
You're very arrogant. It makes no difference why I'm filming.
No, it does.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Because you're simply here to, you know...
No, it doesn't. No, that's what you're presuming.
What's the purpose of you filming?
It's a public building.
Yeah, but some of these are private cars.
I can film whatever I can see in public.
Indeed. Well, why do you do that?
Well, it makes no difference why I do it. It makes no difference why I do it.
Well, it does. What it does.
No, it doesn't.
These people that like to provoke confrontation.
No, that's what you're presuming.
Online and monetize
that's what you're presuming.
You just monetize a video.
That's what you're presuming.
No, you're one of these other...
Yeah, really. And you're one of these absolute turds, okay, that literally think that you can bully the public, speak to them the way you want, failure to actually identify yourself properly, and we actually pay for meatheads like you. We pay for meatheads like you. We pay for... No, you approach me. Let's get it right. You approach me. You approach me. You approach me. You approach me to get it correct. It makes no difference where I've come from.
How far have you gone? Just to have an argument with the police officer.
You've come to me. You've come to me.
I've come to you to find out why
you're the turd that came to me. Okay, to get it right. I'm doing nothing wrong by calling him a turd.
From the beginning, the officer shows reluctance to engage properly. When a bystander politely requests identification, a standard expectation under policing guidelines, he responds that he doesn't believe he's required to provide it. When he eventually does acknowledge the request, it's limited. No full name, no formal introduction, just a quick gesture toward his shoulder badge. Instead of confidence and clarity, the response feels hesitant. But a badge isn't just a symbol. It represents accountability and service. Anything less than full transparency weakens that trust.
You wouldn't like if we started calling you names?
Well, you're in an office.
You stop pointing at me like that.
I will point as much as I want.
Well, it's a bit aggressive, isn't it? No one's been aggressive to you.
No, you'll come in and you two are both pushing me closer and closer to this curb. Okay? So I'll actually ask you to take a step back.
A minute ago.
No, I won't. Not when you approached me. No, I was not. So I'll ask you to take a step back if you won't mind, please, sir. And then I can move forward from the curb. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
For now, do you?
Okay.
Why now? There's a car coming.
I'm perfectly fine now.
Right, now why are you still outside the
makes no difference why I'm here. I'm filming public property.
Yeah, but you're also filming private cars.
And I'm doing nothing wrong.
But why do you need to do that?
No, if they get caught in it, I'm filming public property. It makes no difference what I do with it. No, it does not.
It does to me.
No, it does not. Well, then you should not have approached me. Okay, you got this meathead here, okay, and he is a complete meathead and should not be anywhere near the public.
Why is that? Your abusive tone is getting kind of irritating, sir.
Yeah? Well, you're irritating.
I know, but
you're irritating.
Kind of abusive, and that
I'm not being abusive.
You threatened me.
I haven't threatened you at all.
Oh, sorry,
how have I threatened you?
Quite right, you haven't threatened.
Okay, so
that's abusive.
Okay.
A light-hearted remark directed at one officer unexpectedly triggers a strong reaction from another. There were no threats, no abuse, just a passing comment. Yet the response escalates sharply. Instead of returning to the unanswered questions about identification and procedure, the focus shifts onto the remark itself. A minor aside becomes the centerpiece, distracting from the real issue, accountability. What should have been a calm clarification over standards turns into an avoidable confrontation.
I'm just saying. No, it's not. No, it's not.
It is.
You cannot be offended in the office of duty. No, you cannot.
I can.
No, you cannot, because you've got to. You've got to expect
the skin.
No, you've got to expect language, okay, and saying turd, okay, is in the actual English dictionary. So look it up. Look it up.
Stop being abusive.
Look it up, okay. Turd is not abusive. Turd is not abusive.
Names.
You say it's not a rude word. However, the definition of turd is a rude word for someone who you think is unpleasant. I'm not doing business with that little turd as an example. Okay? So it clearly is a rude word.
Yeah,
so
but it's not a swear word. But it's not swear word. Yep, and you have to expect that.
You are calling me names.
Yeah,
which does matter.
Okay,
Order
so
offense.
you came.
It also is
public order. Okay, so who's so you can
behaviour.
You cannot actually.
Under section 50 of the police reform act, I've got to require to provide details.
So then here's a question for you. Under section 50, then.
Of the police reform act,
under section 50, you've got to have proof. No, you've got to have proof.
If you don't provide me your details, you can be arrested for it.
Okay, go for it. I want to see an inspector then, please.
On the scene, the officer's account noticeably shifts. At first, he alleges a threat, a serious accusation. When pressed, he downgrades it to verbal abuse. But the conduct in question amounts to little more than name-calling. Rude, yes, but not threatening, and certainly not unlawful. Professional standards expect officers to tolerate a degree of public criticism without overreacting. By reframing a trivial comment as a serious incident, the officer appears to sidestep scrutiny over his own transparency while silencing legitimate pushback.
Okay, I'm entitled to see an inspector, right? And if you're actually using section 50, okay, I need you to actually use the words correctly in section 50. And what part of section 50 are you using, please?
What's your name?
What part of section 50 are you using?
We're not going to have a keep conversation.
What part of section 50 are you using, please?
We're not going to have a keep conversation.
Well, no, you need to tell me what part of section 50 you're using for. No, you haven't. You just said section 50.
I'm requiring your details.
Okay, so where's the antisocial behaviour?
You standing here constantly calling us names.
That's not antisocial behaviour.
It will be for me.
Well, for you, okay, you can't be the arresting officer. Okay, nor can you, because you're directly involved.
You haven't been.
You're directly involved.
So, are you going to provide your details or not, sir?
I'm not going to provide anything because I've done nothing wrong.
So you can be guilty of an offence if any person is arrested for failing to provide their true name and address may be arrested on the standard. Arrest provisions of the Police and Criminal Act 1984.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you going to provide your details?
I have reason to believe you're acting in an antisocial manner.
Yeah, and where is that antisocial behaviour? No, I'm not.
Well, you are. You're swearing.
No, I'm not.
You're swearing.
I'm not swearing. Let's get it right. Turd is not swearing. Turd is not swearing. What you believe and what actually is the law is different.
Are you in a public place?
Okay. I'm in a public place.
Are you being
Is there members of the public here?
Yes.
They don't need
Where?
We are members of the public.
No, you're not. You're an officer.
Yes.
Okay, you're an officer. No, you're an officer. No, you're not a member of the public. You are an officer there to up.
Here, a mild, non-threatening remark is treated as grounds for Section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002. Yet Section 50 is designed for credible cases of antisocial behavior, situations where someone causes harassment, alarm, or distress. None of that is present. No alarmed public, no distressed bystander, no complaint. The auditor points out there was no strong language, no disruption, and no identifiable victim. Escalating to Section 50 in this context seems disproportionate, less about protecting the public and more about deflecting criticism of authority.
Not abuse your powers.
Who's abusing powers?
Okay. You tried to abuse Section 50 just now.
I'm not trying
Yeah, you
to
did.
anything.
Okay, and you still haven't
required
quite. Well, what you actually require, I require a superior officer as my actual legal right. So I've asked you to actually get a sergeant or an inspector to come out.
One thing at a time.
Okay. Well, then you do that first, and then we'll move forward from there.
Are you
Okay. I told you no.
No. Okay, fine. So at this point, now I'm going to have to arrest you for breaching section 50, aren't I?
Okay, go for it.
You have to do it.
It's your choice, not mine.
Well, no, it's your choice.
It's your choice. No, I don't need to. Because I've done nothing wrong.
We do have the powers.
I've done nothing wrong. I've asked you to produce where the member of the public is, okay, for the antisocial behaviour, okay? You cannot be the arresting officer for that if you are the one that you were saying that it was against, right? And that is what the law is.
Do you not listen to it?
Okay? I'm talking to you, he's reading out whatever, I was talking to you. In this day and age of what?
There is a lot of issues.
Like what?
Security.
Okay, and as I said, is the building secure?
Domestic terrorism.
Is the building secure?
People are filming, cameras, gates, key locks.
I'm filming public
cars
property.
coming in and out, private cars coming in and out.
Okay.
Not all police vehicles.
I try not to get private cars. I try not to get private
You don't
cars.
know what a private
Well,
car
it makes
is
no
opposed.
difference. Well, if it gets caught, I'm still doing nothing wrong.
I mean, you could quite easily have stood out on the pavement and done it.
Well, I can stand exactly where I want on public property.
During the exchange, the officer claims, "We are members of the public," using that argument to support a public order allegation. Legally, however, officers acting in their official capacity are not considered ordinary members of the public. This distinction is critical when applying the Public Order Act or Section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002. These powers are intended for behavior likely to cause harassment, alarm, or distress to a typical bystander, not to an on-duty officer trained and equipped to handle criticism with a higher tolerance. Recasting personal discomfort as a public order issue stretches the law beyond its intended scope. The auditor calmly highlights this point, underscoring how weak the officer's basis truly is.
It's public property. As long as I don't enter a restricted area, okay, then I'm actually standing where I'm publicly accessible, allowed to
That
go.
would be the front office.
Okay, and exactly here. And exactly here.
But
If
it's
I
a little
weren't,
bit dangerous. You've got cars coming in and out.
makes no difference.
And
I'm
you've got
standing on the
private cars
pavement.
coming in and out.
And
There is no
your
policing
point is
purpose
what?
for you to be here, is there?
Okay, I'm entitled to stand here
What's your
and to
lawful
film.
purpose for being here?
Okay, filming in public is completely lawful.
Absolutely. However,
Okay,
you're
so
going into
that's why
a police station.
and that is completely lawful
Well, why do you need to do that?
because it is lawful.
It's not really.
It is law. It's not. Okay, right. I'm just going to go into my bag for a minute just to pull something out for the both of you. Okay.
Don't you bring out anything silly and something.
No. That's why I was telling you what I was doing.
Well,
Okay.
a lot of people have done that and pulled knives out.
Right. There you go, sir.
Who is this?
Okay. And you'll actually see what it actually states, that I'm completely lawful to actually film any police officer, any property of the police. Okay. Any station, anything.
Yeah.
To plod or not to plod?
How you doing, buddy?
How you doing, mate? You alright?
Yeah, not bad.
What are you doing today?
Good. Not too bad.
So he's doing it as videos then?
YouTube, yes.
I don't need to identify myself.
Police stations,
I don't need to identify myself.
So you can monetize a video.
I don't need to identify myself. You tried to
presumption
abuse.
is- we were
You
correct
tried to
then.
abuse Section
We were
50.
correct, weren't we?
You tried
We
to
were
abuse.
correct.
No, I was
We were
correct
correct,
because
weren't we?
you
We were
tried to
correct.
abuse your powers.
You've come
You
here
tried
just
to
to get
abuse
video
your
that you can
powers.
monetize, haven't
You
you?
tried to abuse your powers. This is why we do
The
this.
opportunities.
You can see the way that the other officers went and the sergeant. So yeah, what I'll do is I will put those complaints in, there's no doubt about that. Altogether, I believe that I've got 14 complaints all going through at this moment in time, I do believe.
Here, the officer shifts focus from legal standards to personal unease. The auditor makes it clear he is lawfully filming a government building from public land, an entirely legal act. Instead of addressing that, the officer points to private vehicles entering and exiting the area. Yet this, on its own, is neither an offense nor reasonable grounds for suspicion. The auditor even notes that he avoids filming private cars out of courtesy, showing awareness of boundaries. By pushing for escalation without a valid legal foundation, the officer's actions look less like policing and more like enforcing personal preferences under the guise of authority.